Welcome back to DM Prep. My name is Ian and I'll be your DM for today. Today we are prepping episode 27 of the Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, entitled, I don't know, probably the Island of Time. So we're gonna go to the Island of Time. So actually I lied. It's not gonna be called the Island of Time. It's gonna be called Bottle Episode. So my plan for this episode, I literally just remembered right the fuck now, is for my players to never leave the Ultros. That's the plan today. So we gotta find enough stuff to take up an entire session without my players ever actually leaving the Ultros. So two real easy things we can do. Two random encounters, Gargantuan Waves and Reef. Something, no plan, survives players. Yes, but ooh, ship in a bottle. Hell yeah, that's the name of the episode. Thank you, Andy. Let me just start over. Welcome back to DM Prep. No, that's fine. But yeah, that is now the name of the episode. We don't have a flying fortress yet. They're still on the regular boat. They've sacrificed an animal so they can get 2-day travel time. So we have 2 days on the water that we need to fill with stuff. So one of my plans, you stole it from Star Trek. Nice. Did Star Trek really name their bottle episode "Ship in a Bottle"? Because if so, fucking kudos for just nail head. Also, I made tea because I'm losing my fucking voice because I was on meetings for 5 hours today. Holy fuck, that's hot. It's not ready to drink at all. It wasn't a bottle episode. Well, that's disappointing as hell. Also, Andy over here with his very disappointing 100,000 cheer badge because we ran out of badges. 5-hour meeting. No, it wasn't 5-hour meeting. It was 5 meetings that ranged from 15 minutes to 2.5 hours. That added up to 5.5 hours of meetings. Yeah, it was a day. Today I had a fucking day. So if I'm low energy, that's why, and I'm very sorry. So they already got the Helios' hoard of 40,000 gold pieces worth of coins and gems. They got the flying chariot, the fortress of the Dragon Lords, and Crucial or Spear of Helios. The flying fortress, they have decided to start retrofitting it to the Ultros, but would a Hydra attack be too much? No, I don't think so. Here's the thing, though. We've already had a Hydra attack on the water, like literally 2 sessions ago. So I think I'm going to stay away from that one. Also, I spilled honey all over myself, and my hands are very sticky. So if you see me doing this or like licking my fingers, that's why. I made green tea with honey, and I got honey fucking everywhere because I was trying to rush to get back. So my break wasn't more than 5 minutes. Go wash your hands, you bungus. But then I'd have to like pause the stuff. You could have the shark attack. I plan on having the shark attack. That's the Reef random encounter. Thank you for the suggestion, A-Lot. So the big thing that I want to do in this bottle episode is essentially have meaningful story / character development with every NPC. All NPCs? Damn it. Let's just go with story development. Every NPC. So, how many yes, NPC interactions is going to be the big thing. So, who do we have? We've got, whoops, caps lock, Kyra, Pythor, Bulbug, Laraeus, Versi, Aesop. How meaningful and how close? So, they range from literal lovers to some guy who is very happy that he's not a slave anymore. Who else do we have? Folon, thank you. Folon, very important right now. Let's go to the embarkation. Yep, I got Bulbug. Kyra, Pythor, Versi, Laraeus, Estor. We're gonna do some Estor shit today. Does Verdi count yet? He absolutely does. Vertigraxix, Verdi. Definitely counts. Additional crew. I think that might be it. Vertigraxix. We also have 3 dragon eggs. 1 brass, 2 bronze. Did they give Estor a ghost buddy? They did not give Estor a ghost buddy. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to add Granny Morta to the list. So, the Hag who's stalking their dreams. Yep. It's Granny Morta. Oop, yeah. So we've got like 10 here. 11. We have 11 different people and or entities. So, Kyra. Granny Morta trying to get her eye back. I mean, probably. Let's be real. Actually, no. She's very happy for them to just have it. Because maybe they'll be dumb enough to take it out and then she can watch them. So, what in the hell can we do for each of these NPCs? Oof. Woof. So Folon, 240 minutes, divided by 10 NPCs, 24 minutes each. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Here's the thing. I do intend to have 2 random encounters. Gargantuan waves isn't much of an encounter. It's just a thing that kind of happens to them. You forget the elephant. I did not forget the elephant. Are you trying to shoe in appendix lore? I can certainly try. It was not my intent, but I can totally try to do that. I am a huge fan of appendix lore and upset at how little how infrequently it's relevant. So I do want to run Gargantuan Waves, which reveals Kentamane since they are sailing through the Forgotten Sea. And also I want to do the Reef Encounter, which will deprive them of some crew. So Kyra. Kyra, Pythor, Bulbug, Lorraeus, Versi. Okay, let's get rid of these and let's just start with who we know. So Folon. The group suddenly remembers having fought the Lotus Witch. I have word wrap on and I hate it. And I just want it to not wrap. So I try to write it really succinctly. Folon is redoubles his broness, but ignores Scorpius. Do you hyphenate broness? Yeah. Yeah, it looks terrible without the hyphen. Folon redoubles his broness, but ignores Scorpius. Folon, turns out Folon is kind of an asshole. Who'd have thunk it? He's a bit of he's very bro. But easily cowed. Man, not cowed, shamed. Turns out Folon's an asshole, but easily shamed. So he's Folon is essentially, as far as I'm concerned, the epitome of fragile masculinity. He's all pomp and no substance. He is a hollow person. He has he is the apex of bro culture. He has this very large personality, which conceals a very hollow person, a very shallow person. He is all about physical strength, but cares more about Scorpius's muscles than his emotional state. So yeah, I kind of feel bad for Jesse a little bit because Jesse has been meeting a lot of NPCs in terms of his epic path that just absolutely give no fucks about him. The Lady of Coins was actively trying to kill him. The Lotus Witch was too aloof to give a flying fuck. And Folon's just a moron. So we're going to combine Versi and Aesop. Let's move on. Versi and Aesop. They are seen having a conversation with one another. Man. Together. There we go. Of course they're discussing Orsino. But they're also discussing Yasenna. They're discussing the Dragon Lords. So the question here is, how do we decide, as we're going through all of these interactions, how do we decide who the PC, like which PCs are involved in this? Or do we just kind of assume, do I let the players decide who's involved? I think that's probably the best way to go about it instead of deciding for them. Pick one PC and let any other PC also be involved. There. So Versi and Aesop is for Orsino, obviously. Folon is for Scorpius, obviously. Cairo would be there without a doubt. I mean, yes and no. I'm not sure. So they're okay. So Versi and Aesop are discussing Orsino and Yasenna, the Dragon Lords, talking about legacies and future plans. And you know that can really, you know, that could spur a significant amount of conversation. You know, deciding how the Dragon Lords are going to be rebuilt. You know, especially now that they have these 3 dragon eggs. You know, how they want to do this. Luraeus is for Helios. Bullbug is for Remir. Pythor is also for Remir. Kyra, we're gonna go with Alaris. She feels bad about how callous she was after Helios. Whoop. So Kyra, obviously, so Kyra, and I know I say this a lot, but, and I know we're on a DM prep for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, but this is a humongous spoiler for Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. So if you have any plans to be a player in an Odyssey of the Dragon Lords campaign, please leave. I'll give you 5 seconds. Okay. So Kyra, or more accurately, Arkirianya, as she was known when she was a dragon, knew Helios, or when he was a dragon, Hizelith. I would like to point out both of those dragon names are homebrew. Those didn't exist in the book. Arkirianya, I can only kind of take credit for. The Odyssey of the Dragon Lords community collectively refers to as Arkiranya. I can't remember how they pronounce it, but it was closer to Kyra than Arkirianya rather. So I modified it to be Arkirianya to just be a little bit different. Tim has already figured it out anyway. So I've got this TGT Truspiration spreadsheet up. You know, it's got this Truspiration, but it's also got Tim has been theory crafting that the dragons or the gods are dragons, and he has gone so far as to in these cells he has actually put the names that he thinks they are. So yeah, Tim's already figured it out, but that's okay. So yeah, Kyra wishes she could explain to Alaris how, like, why she acted the way she did. But unfortunately, she is unable. So let's keep picking. Estor. Estor's definitely going to talk to Yasenna, because she was the one who agreed. So we've got Alaris, Remir, Helios, Orsino, Scorpius. Oh, wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different PCs. Cool. So we're already doubled up on Remir. So let's start doubling up. So we've got Granny, Morta, and Verdi. Well, Verdi's obvious for Orsino, and Granny, Morta. Yeah, Verdi obviously for Timberly. So who do we want to give Granny Morta to? Maybe Alaris. Yeah, probably Alaris. Nibbles. Yeah, I'm thinking Alaris. So, you know, Scorpius has had a lot about him recently. Actually, Alaris has had a lot about her recently as well. I think we'll give this one to Helios or Yasenna. Yeah, Morta's not happy about the Hallow. That one's pretty easy. Oh yeah, that would make it for Alaris. She is not happy about the Hallow. She is willing to bargain. She's willing to bargain for no longer being hostile. She still wants Versi's head, but she'll negotiate. So that's a thing. Yeah, I think that's enough for Morta. So Vertigraxis, Verdi. What extra effect did Alaris choose? I don't think she did. I don't think she picked one. I don't think she picked one. Let me ask. All right. So I said, hey, Amber, the Hallow spell specifies the inability of outsiders to enter the area and one secondary effect chosen from the list. Did you pick one? And if not, please do so now. So yeah. Creatures can't be frightened. That'd be neat. Energy protection. That'd be neat. Okay. Amber has seen the message, and she will take a look. So, so yeah, we've got this. I really enjoy this this graphic. I'm a huge fan of my just slap an item into a square. I'm very happy about this. So, Verdi is 2 weeks old. He a baby. Yeah, I'm a fan of the calendar. He a baby. He has been talking to the crew about the Dragon Lords. And he has to give them the coin so that they can understand him. Which is adorable. Tim immediately chimes in. There's a great one that I wanted to choose. Thanks. Affected creatures can't be frightened. Affected creatures are frightened. Okay, you designate All creatures that follow, or creatures of specific. Okay. Extra dimensional interference, says Tim. Which is just teleportation. So I do want to, she is willing to she wants children to remake her coven. She is willing to swear an oath of service. She'll swear an oath. So Verdi's been talking to the crew about the Dragon Lords. He is afraid of going into battle. He's been practicing his breath weapon to try to be less scared. I think that's enough of a conversation starter. Like, he's scared. And then we can just, have a conversation where, it's essentially just Orsino and whoever decided to come with him. Verdi needs to be protected and nourished at all times. So I had a plan. It's actually funny because I started this DM prep session saying that the episode was going to be called The Island of Time, even though it's not. And my plan was that on the Island of Time we would have essentially hyperbolic time chambers, if you're familiar with DBZ. So one day spent, they could spend one day of their time getting a year of growth for Verdi. So they wouldn't have to use any kind of magic to grow him. They could actually just spend a year with him inside of this chamber to allow him to grow up. And we could role play some neat training montage with whoever decides to go in them. So yeah, they could spend 5 days if they wanted, and get Verdi to grow up to be a young dragon, as well as the rest of their dragons, if they so chose. So 3 dragon eggs, 1 corrupted brass, 2 bronze. Yeah, who do we? Does everyone have something for the bond? Ooh, good question. Going Super Saiyan in the hyperbolic time chamber. That would be really funny. I don't know that everyone has something for the bond. Yeah, Yasena has the arm. I know that Orsino has his sword, but I also know he's trying to hold on to it. Which I don't blame him. Bonus action, just make a fucking attack, whether or not you've attacked. Use the attack action. Pretty fucking legit. Especially with his filigree pull. Just pull them towards him and swing at them. I asked the players, also, who dibs the eggs? Also, do you have enough items to cast Bond of the Dragon Lords 3 times? So, yeah, no, that's a... So who dibs? Do you have items for hatching them? Allow them to hatch during the 2 days. So if I recall correctly, so if we take a look at the paladin class archetype, I think it hatches in 1d4 days. 1d4. 1d4 days nurturing the egg. So that, did they uncorrupt the egg? So here's the thing. They don't need to uncorrupt the egg. They just need to treat the dragon with kindness. So essentially corrupting the egg. So metallic dragons are good by nature. They have good predilections, capital G good. Corrupting the egg makes their dragon neutral, which in the hands of a good owner, a good dragon lord, makes it a good dragon. In the hands of an evil dragon lord, makes it an evil dragon. So they don't need to uncorrupt the egg. And I think that's something that they're vaguely aware of. I don't think that they've really interacted with it on a cognitive level. They haven't really said like, oh, we don't have to worry about it. But it says 1d4 days. So we can just say that, I rolled 1 and 2. It's whatever. So, fuck. But yeah, so they don't really need to uncorrupt them. That's not a big deal. So let's keep filling this shit in. So we've got Estor. Estor continues to be a little shit. Remir has dibs on the copper. I thought it was brass. Is it copper? Fuck. Yeah, it is copper. It is not brass. It is copper. Orsino's is copper. Or is brass, rather. Okay, so they have 2 definite items for Bond, the Axe of Xander and Yusena's Arcane Propulsion Arm, and then they have a potential weapon in Orsino's Short Sword of Speed. How does continuously casting Hallow work with the new modifications, or are you hand-waving it? I don't know what you mean. Oh, like modifying the boat? I'm gonna hand-wave it. But in order to cast Hallow again... So I should, honestly, in hindsight, I should not have hand-waved the herbs, oil, and incense. I wish I hadn't, but I did. It's a thing that I did. So they need those. They need to find them. They haven't yet. So it'd give Granny, Morta, and Esther more space to roam. Yeah, I mean, I'm not super worried about them. I kind of want to just get some stuff. So I'm hoping that they make a deal with Granny Morta. She wants the Hallow dropped, though. Actually, Hallow lasts until Dispelled, right? Yeah, Hallow lasts until Dispelled. And then does Night Hag have Dispel Magic? No, she does not. Damn. Oh well. Yeah, so shit happens. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, she wants the Hallow dropped, which the players can easily do by just casting Dispel Magic on it. So Estor demands I can't see Estor ever softening. I'm gonna look him up. Ghost of Estor. So haunts the ship at night. Once the journey is underway, he may appear from time to time to offer bitter advice. Okay, so offers advice to the heroes about places he's been. Where has he been? Everywhere. So he has been to definitely Praxis. Never breached. He has definitely been to Yonder. He has been to Garden of Helios. Let's just search Geigen and see what islands we can find stuff on. So Island of Yonder, big duh. 91. Garden of Helios, yep, we knew that. Praxis. Okay. Praxis, Yonder, Garden of Helios. Neato. Those are the places you've been. Yeah. Just want to pose a question so you have answers in case Tim asks. Yes, that is a... so he's been to Praxis, Yonder, Garden of Helios, all over the mainland. So those are the places that he's been to. Oh, he went to Typhon too. He went to Typhon because yeah, he said he was going to jump into Typhon and become like a god. I still don't understand why he would have thought that. Oh god. I'm gonna have to read some stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read some stuff offline. They're definitely not gonna go to Typhon yet, so I don't need to like prep them going. Like they're on their way to the island of time, but I don't need to like prep things, but I need to read them so that I understand what Estor knows. So, but that's it. I do want to expand Kyra a little bit. Let's find a way to expand on Kyra. Sorry, there's a lot of conversation on the Discord with the Odyssey players all of a sudden. Kyra. I don't know that I need to expand on Kyra actually. So Pythor feels bad about Ophia, Remir's mom, in case we forgot. He never could help himself. This is a detail that I just made up. I don't think Honora has a canon mother. I just don't think she's mentioned. Half-sister, Princess Honora. Important NPC's favorite daughter of King Pythor and the Pride of the City. Yep. Yep. Honora would be a much better ruler than her father. Yep. 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 Handed power to his daughter. Yep. Yeah, there's like nothing about Honora. Yeah. He wishes them all well. He takes no responsibility for any of his brood except one, his favorite daughter, Honora. So yeah, I don't think there was a Queen of Astoria. Pythor has many demigod children. Yes, he does. Many demigod children. Yep. Husband of Hexia. During the time of the Dragon Lords, Pythor was married to his adopted sister Hexia. The Green Dragon Pythor abandoned his dragon wife when he took on his immortal human form, and she has never forgiven him. Dedicated her life to destroying Pythor's happiness, and over centuries she has murdered many of his mortal lovers and children. Yeah, he became the king of the city of Astoria when he overthrew a mad tyrant, but yeah, that was a few centuries ago, sure. Honora has a mom. Like, Honora has to have a mother. But she's never mentioned. Like, she never comes up. So I just invented this detail right now. He killed his most recent wife himself to protect her and Honora from Hexia. So that's the thing with Pythor. Bulbug, which is for Remir. Let's look at Bulbug. I don't really know much about him, all things considered. Pot-bellied Minotaur gladiator with a sunny disposition, a penchant for drinking. Gets along with Pythor. Honestly, just drop details about him. Like the fact that he was raised by humans. He refused to kill the warriors he defeated, so he gained the sympathy of a family matron who took him into her home and raised him as a son. Several years ago, they were killed by the Order of Sidon. He was sold into slavery. He loves to make terrible jokes at the expense of his own species. When he makes an especially bad mistake, he usually blames it on his stupid cow brain. That's adorable. He's always hungry. He'll eat just about anything. Eating contest with Remy. Does Bulbug's sunny disposition not gel well with Estor? I love it. I love it. Ship it. He worries about Estor and his constant brooding on the bow. Dude's gonna get frown lines. Oh my god, that is an amazing emote. Thanks, Lady LaFay. I think we're just about done. We just gotta do Loreus. What in the hell are we doing with Loreus? So, Loreus, we're gonna actually do Loreus, Helios, and Scorpius, because Scorpius only has one. Looks like the dibs are Yasena, Helios, Remir. Hold your notes, we're doing something else. I mean, players can eat a dick, so you just saw a Strahd overlay, all the health bars in red. Yeah, and then there's a Nej. Also change the overlay. I'm working on it. Yeah, I was talking about how fucked you guys are and how little HP you have. Also, Snurk's max HP is like minus 41 because of all the blood he's lost. So that's neat. So yeah, I have changed the overlay. Thank you for the reminder. Do you have items for hatching them? Arcane Propulsion Arm, Axe of Xander, Sword of Swiftness. Like Helios in a brothel? Wow. Incredibly fucked. Yes, Helios would be incredibly fucked in a brothel. Allow them to hatch during the 2 days. roll 1d2 apiece. So I'll just roll 1d2 instead of 1d4. Yes, I have 1d2s on my table. To just, you know, if they decide to... Yeah, Helios does get paid. I mean, Helios is the sommelier of sex. That is his... Helios does get paid tomorrow. Look at that. So that money is actually just going to go to straight to Vulcan. So Vulcan currently only has 1,450 gold pieces. In order to finish the Amulet of Health, he needs 200. And a Blood of a Regenerating Creature, which he has in his inventory. And then he's going to need 20,000 gold pieces to make the Luck Blade. So they're going to have to send him some money. So he's also holding on to the Staff of the Woodlands and Winged Boots currently at the moment. They did just find a little bit of money. Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, a teeny tiny iota of money. It's definitely not in the range of tens of thousands of gold. Definitely nowhere near it. It was a tiny amount of money. Keladrone delivery service only to the mainland. Yes. They can only send the Keladones to the mainland because the Keladones cannot fly through the storms. So, Loreus. He's a young satyr who had a very sheltered upbringing. He's not typical of his kind. Rather than frolicking and dallying with nymphs, he spends all of his time writing love poems and reading epic romances. He's fascinated by mortal men and women, especially those who resemble the great heroes of his favorite stories. He will do anything for the person he loves, no matter how dangerous or embarrassing. He will constantly seek new ways to prove his love, no matter how strange they might look to others, especially if his passion is not reciprocated. He's going to do some awkward shit. Helios is able to get an uncursed Staff of the Woodlands before the death match. I can't guarantee that Gramps doesn't steal it. Cute. Yeah. Okay. Handcrafted a wreath of tiny pomegranate flowers. I'm assuming that pomegranates have flowers. All fruits have. Oh, that's cute. Oh, they're not even tiny. They're gonna do handcrafted a wreath of pomegranate flowers that he grew himself from the seeds that Pythor missed. Triumphantly drapes it over. Instead of a wreath, let's call it a lei. We'll call it a wreath. Drapes it over Helios at a time when Scorpius is around. Yeah, that's a thing he's gonna do. Incidentally, I don't have the follower goal here, but Jordan mentioned a death match down here in chat. If you guys are unfamiliar with the concept of our death match, I'm sure you're familiar with the concept of a death match. We're currently working our way towards 1,000 followers, and as soon as we hit 1,000 followers, thanks for dropping that charity stream command, Jordan. Once we hit 1,000 followers, we're going to do a charity stream benefiting Extra Life, which is going to be Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragonlord's characters just murdering the shit out of each other. Offline follows might need a fixing. Yes, yeah, I'm going to do that for Saturday because we've actually gotten like 3 or 4 follows since we streamed on Sunday, or on Monday rather. Yeah, 9:59. I think our overlay is going to say 9:56 if I don't update it. So I will update that for Saturday's stream, definitely. I think we're just about good. So the one thing that left that I want to do, so the Gargantuan Waves is it's mostly just narrative, but the Reef Encounter I definitely want to do like as an actual encounter. So I'm going to, you know, I can actually just delete all of these. So delete you, delete you, delete you. Maybe I can get delete you. There we go. Sign up. What causes the waves? Kentamine. Kentamine causes the waves. GMF overlay, delete you. Where's the aura token? Can't find it. Dude. Oh god. There it is. No more aura. All right. So I don't properly have a. We're gonna move all these guys back onto the. Got some anchor dudes. So I'm gonna put crew back on the ship as appropriate. We're gonna remove your colors. Don't need those. What crew do they have left? They have 93 crew remaining. So the Reef Encounter, if you're unfamiliar, sees them run into a reef. A scraping noise can be heard coming from the port side of your ship, and the ship heels over and turns sharply to port. Seems you've hit a coral reef and run aground. None of the sailors saw any indication that the reef was there. Fortunately, the coral has not pierced the ship's hull, but you appear to be stuck. The only way to get the ship unstuck is to use magic or push the ship until it's free of the reef. It takes a combined strength of, it says 40. I'm going to say fuck that noise. It takes 400. Coral is nasty. It takes 10 rounds to push the ship free. Each round, those pushing must make a DC 15 strength save. Honestly, like, so strength of 40 and 10 rounds means that, like, it's... one reef shark per bleeding character. Fortunately, the sharks are too big to swim into the shallow waters of the reef. However, 5 rounds later, a tribe of 6 Marrow attack. Marrow use their harpoons to drag any character they strike into deeper water where the reef sharks can reach them. Could they reduce the rounds by getting over 400? Probably. But, you know, they're going to need a lot of crew out in the water, essentially. So we've got Marrow, which is going to be, yep, boring, token, reef shark, shark. Okay, I guess they're hunter sharks. What's the difference? Reef shark. Reef shark CR half, whereas hunter shark is CR2. We're going to go with hunter shark. How big is reef shark? Medium. Why is a medium shark too big to go in the water? Like 4,000 total. They're not going to be able to get 4,000 total. They only have 93 crew, and the crew have an average of 12 strength, I would say. So I'm going to go in 5e tools just to download tokens. I say this every time, but I do not recommend 5e tools as a source of information. It is, they are illegally reproducing information in the books. That said, I own all the books, and this is a convenient way for me to get tokens. So that's the only reason that I use them, is because I already own this content. So we got Marrow. So Marrow. So they've got harpoons, one with bite, one with claws or harpoon. So strength contest or be pulled up to 20 feet. So let's say that essentially the entire area of the oars is, so let's, how can I do this? How can I easily do this? Good. Let's get out of this work stuff. Maps, DM, Ultros. Here we go. This is what I wanted. All right, so we've got essentially the same exact map. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take the lasso tool, and then I'm just going to kind of roughly draw. Actually, I don't want to... Sounds like someone's absolutely fucking spamming Discord, and whoever it is, I hate you. I'm just hearing it downstairs, so... so this is essentially the coral reef. And then we're going to fill it in with coral hex code. I shit you not, I'm just grabbing the color for coral. And I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to make a new layer. Coral. Bucket, paste. And then I'm going to drop it to 70% opacity. Not even 70. You know what? I want it under the water. So we're going to do coral 100%. We're going to put the ultras on top of it. And then we're going to Shift O. We're going to select the water. We're going to cut, paste to new layer. And then we're going to reduce the... Whoa. Why does that look so terrible? Why does that look so bad? Oh, you know what? I don't want to cut paste. I want to copy paste. New layer. Paste. This has 70% opacity. Oh, god damn it. This is shitting itself. Not gonna lie. Coral's gonna go here. Delete this layer. That looks pretty god-awful. Not gonna lie. This needs to be higher. This looks pretty terrible. This is pretty bad. It's pretty fuck awful. Amber says it's Mike's fault. Cool. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Whatever. So yeah, message ping. So this is pretty terrible. So the coral, we're just gonna go in here and delete that chunk. Also, it shouldn't be on top of the ores. Shift O, select, delete. No. Shift O, let's throw the threshold up. We're going to select ore. No. Don't be like this. Why you like this? Wait, what? Oh, God. I want the ore. Just the ore. Delete. Let's show. Is that okay? I don't think this looks good. This looks terrible. This looks really bad. So that was my attempt to make some coral reef. It went very poorly. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to grab that same coral color. We're going to make a shape of that color. And then it's going to be a square. It's going to be regular size. And it's going to be there. You know, that's where it counts as being coral. That's where people can stand. That's where people can stand. And then, you know, the players can put ropes wherever the fuck they want. And essentially you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's 20 squares, essentially, where they can put people to push the ship. That's not enough to get 400. It's not enough to get 400. Whatchamacallit? 400 strength total. So they're gonna need to like double up. They're gonna have people like stacked behind each other, and then they're essentially gonna have like 2 ropes, maybe probably, to allow people to get up. Depends on what they think about. And then I will be kind, and so I need to upload those tokens. Let's go into tokens. We've got Hunter Shark and Marrow that I have to upload. Upload those. And then how many are there? One Reef Shark per bleeding character. So I'm going to have everyone make a strength saving throw. And it's going to be a lot of Hunter Sharks. Not going to lie. Actually, I'm going to use Reef Shark stat block, so just so they're medium. But essentially, it's just going to be a whole lot of fucking sharks that get attracted to blood. Whole lot of goddamn sharks. And then we're also going to have marrows. It says tribe of 6. We're going to go with way more than that. Like, way more than that. Because I want to have a meaningful amount of crew die. So yeah, so we'll set the scene. We'll say, you know, you hit a reef, you can see the coral in the water, and you need to push it off the rocks. You need to push it off the reef. And I've got all these guys on the GM overlay so they can't see. Also, why are you on the GM overlay? You should be on the token layer. Yeah. All right. So I think that's about it for DM prep. You know, we've got essentially these 10 plus role-play encounters planned, and we've got one pretty sizable combat encounter, and then one sort of cinematic encounter. So this is my plan for a bottle episode. Off camera, I am going to just read. Finally, I'm going to read Chapter 6, just start to finish, paying particular attention to the Island of Time, since that is their destination, just in case they get there before the end of the session. I don't want to have to end the session early again, because I did that 2 weeks ago. So I will just sort of read it and run it as written, at least for a little bit, aside from my one idea for the hyperbolic time chamber, so to speak. So that's DM prep for episode 27 of Gilded Troll Plays Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. I'm glad everyone was here. Thanks for being here. If you're here live on Twitch, thanks. I appreciate you. Check us out on YouTube. We have every single session we've ever played, every DM prep I've ever done on stream. Something like 1,000 hours of content on YouTube. So please check out our YouTube. Throw us a subscribe if you want. Watch our content. Just watch our content. If you're on YouTube, check us out on Twitch. We're live 4 days a week. We do Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which I just prepped on Saturdays at 4 p.m. EST, Curse of Strahd on Sundays at 1 p.m. EST, and Rime of the Frost Maiden on Mondays at 6:30 p.m. EST. And then I do these DM prep sessions on Thursdays at 6 p.m. EST, although I have been considering recently switching it to Friday, just so I can like shut down on my work shit and not have to worry about bringing it back up for Friday. So stay tuned for a change in schedule. Not sure yet. And how can you stay tuned for a schedule? Check out our Twitter or our Discord, where we post all of our announcements. Occasionally we even announce things on our Instagram. We also have a podcast, so check out our podcast if you really like listening, but you don't have time to watch, or you don't have the bandwidth, literally, to watch. So yeah. And, if you want to see if you want to see us do a charity stream of Team Deathmatch between our Curse of Strahd and Odyssey characters, podcast is not in the socials because it's on too many platforms, really. But yeah, I'll probably get that added soon. Actually, I think our command is maxed out at 500 characters already. So I don't know if I have room for it. But I can make a podcast command too. But yeah, if you want to see a team deathmatch between our Curse of Strahd and Odyssey of the Dragonlords characters, help us get to 1,000 Twitch followers. As soon as we hit 1,000 Twitch followers, we're going to toss that on the schedule ASAP. All of our players are already getting ready for it, so we'll get that on the schedule as soon as possible and get that streamed. So thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate all the suggestions and all the chat while I'm prepping. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Actually, you know what? Before I say goodbye, let me see if there's anyone to raid. It's not quite 8 o'clock, so I don't think Bayless is raiding yet. You know what? Classy Librarian's still streaming. I don't know how much longer she's gonna be streaming, but she's fantastic. I really enjoy her. She's a really chill person, and I feel like it's a really good match for DM prep. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Classy Librarian, Jen. So say hi from the Gilded Troll for me. I mean, I'll be there too. So so yeah, as soon as that counts down, we're gonna go ahead and raid, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.